Come here. You're Derpy. Your new name is Derpy Derpinson the Third. Derpy Derpinson of Derpsville. What is it, Derpy? Are you Derpy the Derper? First of your name? First of your name, or more like it. No, this is early, Randy. You're not imagining things. I got some repairs. I saw I'm 3 orders behind. I don't know. We'll see how the repairs go. Alright, what's wrong this time? I'm sure this will tell me. The right analog stick, one of the cord wires came loose. Okay. Bud, why don't you go to your home? How's things up north? I guess it's alright. The weather finally cooled off. It's a hot summer, but then like a light switch. Like in the last 2 weeks, it just almost got cold. Had that song Remember the Time from Michael Jackson stuck in my head all day. Hey, what are you doing? No! Bad! That trash can is not for cats. Those zip ties were thrown away because they are bad. Bad zip ties belong in the garbage. Oh, that's right. I gotta make my icons bigger on the start menu because this computer is now infected with Windows 11. No, stop. Get away from that. Get away. You can't do that. Well, I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. That's why I can never let Bud in here unless I'm here. Bud, stop! Don't eat zip ties. Get out. There, you'll never figure that one out. Yeah, I took your precious zip ties. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to dissect you. I will put you onto the dissection table. Now you will be dissected. You have cat herpes! Yeah, let's test up, down, left, right. Oh, right's not working either. 1, 2, 3, 4. That. Oh yeah, the lower analog became completely disconnected. Oh yeah, Bud has cat herpes. Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff that cats get that's just a human thing plus cat, like cat AIDS, cat herpes, cat diabetes. I have herpes simplex, whatever, because when I was a kid, well, I guess I still do this, I was always putting things in my mouth, and yeah, and Bud was a stray. Oh, just the ground became disconnected. Bud was a stray, so that's how cats can get herpes, from random crap on the ground. So I guess animals aren't completely impervious to that. I'm just gonna resolder all 4 of these. Put some fake Chinese hot snot on it. Unbelievable! The 11 that ruins SSDs? Oh, I guess we'll find out. How does it ruin SSDs? Does it not wear level them correctly? Well, I don't know. I mean, I heard there's something bad with Windows 11, but I didn't really look into it. Yeah, his eyes have a little bit of milkiness to them. Actually, I think just one. I think his left eye. But other than that, the vet was pretty pleased with his condition last time I went in. Probably more pleased than my... Well, I still don't have a PCP. So if I ever go in... Well, I gotta go in for a checkup, but I'm sure they'll be less pleased with me. All the PCBs are quitting and becoming specialists because there's more money in it. Oh, I was going to change this tip. I think this tip has run its course, even by my standards. I'm going to put some Chinese hot snot on there. Unbelievable! Specific branded SSD controller? Yeah, I have, what is it? My upstairs PC that's Windows 11. I built that one last August. Yeah. My work from home PC for pinball development is still 10. I'll probably well, yeah, I haven't updated it yet. I need to. I'll probably wait till I get this new code done for Evil Dead, and then it'll be a good transition point. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but just in case. And this laptop, I just switched, and I got this older computer down here. It's the one we used to have in the shop on the show. It's old anyway. I think it's got memory issues, which is weird because I already replaced its RAM once in the past. I guess I could have taken it to the free pile at VCF this week, but I need to be sure that I've gotten everything off of it, because there was something I took off of it the other day that I was like, oh yeah, I need this. So I don't think I'm quite ready yet. Maybe next year when it's even more obsolete. I don't know, maybe I could take my my Threadripper, 2017 Threadripper. There's nothing wrong with the computer. I just had the RAID failed, which is my fault, not the computer's fault. Actually, I reused one of the drives because it was a RAID 0, because I'm an idiot. Hey, it worked great for a while. So one of the drives was still good, so what did I do with that? Oh, I had that as like a backup project drive on my work from home computer. Maybe I'll just use a desoldering iron for this. Yeah, I ordered some PCBs from JLC PCB, and they still haven't come. They're like really late. The last ones I ordered I got in 9 days. I don't know if those tariffs finally came. Well, I don't know how the tariffs would affect it, but yeah, it's weird. It's for pinball. It's not this stuff. Oh, Brian, I don't. Well, I guess sometimes I drink like a couple High Lifes during these streams at the end, but I don't think I. No, I don't drink beer during like. That's the only time I would. Yeah, that's the only time I drink beer when I'm doing something like this. Sometimes I'll drink beer when I'm doing like chores, like after I'm with the lawn. I mean, I drink a lot of beer, but it's usually like at the end of the night, and I'm just like chilling. I don't usually, or what do you call it, like working man's beer, you know, like table saw beer. Oh, I would. Yeah, I would. Well, I wouldn't want the giant afterburner, but I would love like just the stand-up afterburner. That's like my favorite arcade machine. I'm probably not going to do it because you know I'm trying to have less stuff, not more. But I did there was a while there where I was really jonesing to have a crappy old arcade machine in my garage. I think one of the arcades here had like a it's either like Golden Axe or Bad Dudes. They had something like pretty cheap, but I didn't get it. I think that was IO Arcade, the hipster one. Actually, before I do that, a free afterburner? Wow, that's pretty cool. The big X-Men's pretty rare. Welcome to Die. Oh, this is the old one that's glued in place. See, this is why I changed it. Don't slice yourself, Ben. Urgent care is closed. It'll turn into urgent expensive care. Or... Oh. Obama don't care. Oh man, this one's got a lot of glue on it. Yeah, this is why I switched to that snap-in version. Go ahead and give it to me. Oh, this is the old. Oh, this is the one with off-white hyper PLA. So this was printed on the Crowley K1, which I gave to a guy I know. When did I give that to him? Oh, it was at the Chicago Pinball Expo 2024. So that would have been last October. Actually, I think his brother died recently. It sucks. He'll never... Yeah. Do you remember the time? I should be able to use one of... Actually, I just printed a bunch of these earlier today. I think they fit. Yeah, no problem. Unbelievable. I printed these on the MakerBot. I promise I will never die. Put that one in the garbage. Yeah, it's a little off. Surprised they didn't notice this. Maybe they never used that button. Who knows? Let's see. What's the easiest way to fix this? Do you remember the time? Oh, God damn it. That's ignorant. I still like Michael Jackson. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm sure there's probably some twist ending where he's probably the only one in Hollywood that wasn't doing that shit. It's usually how it goes. I mean, that dude had an effed up childhood. His dad was an asshole. You all gonna be movie stars, but Daddy, we want to go out and play. One no play, maybe some money. Actually, this is a good time to power down the iron. My dad, he was a bad man. That's when I thought of making the song Bad. What have I got? Oh, there's like a long one here. I don't want the pointy ones. Why do I have so many of these? I never use them all. Alright, these are all of the normal ones. Let's see. Oh, I don't want that one. I don't want a pointy one. Go back to the shadow. Let's see. Let's pull this one off and get a derpy rating. Is it a zip? Oh, no, he's eating a QT right now. Completely different. Wait, it's not that bad. Let's use this guy. Ooh, bad. Forbidden spaghetti? Is that like the forbidden jelly? Ow! That retained more heat than the rest of the iron. Ow! That felt bad! Anybody want some forbidden jelly? Mmm. Nom 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 nom. Not even going to leave a mark. Unbelievable. Ugh. This flux probably needs to be replaced. Ugh. Jesus. Yep. Ugh. What a bunch of wallaby dingbats. It's fine. scream. That's a lovely smell. What an incredible smell you've discovered. I started that new Indiana Jones DLC. I don't know. Feels like it's probably not a great value. It seems like they deliberately designed the puzzles in such a way to consume time. An obvious statement is obvious, but Bud, do you smell bad on the outside? Our ultimate weapon against the Empire. Indiana Jones. Dun 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 dun. I'm like Han Solo, but I'm cooler. Who's scruffy looking? That's what Star Wars needs back. Sex. George Lucas knew that sex was the key to everything. That's why he hated sand. Oh. Who wouldn't want to dock in Natalie's port, man? I'm going to make these a little pointier. I have this manual screw thing that sets the Z on the MakerBot, and it's not perfect. Not by a long shot. But although when these are a little bit more compressed, they stick better. But then you have a wider bottom to it, which makes it less likely to contact those tactile domes. That seems usable. What is your review of this controller? Usable. See, they painted with this huge wide brush in the prequels. It wasn't even really a brush, it was more like a paint roller. However, that made the themes really obvious. I wish I could be a dictator, Well, why would you be a dictator? I will be a dictator. And it's really clunky, but do you think they're gonna be memes from like Disney Star Wars 20 years from now? But there are from that movie. Oh, I loved all those articles about like Disney, Star Wars, how do we get men to watch it again? And it's like, I don't know, maybe just have monsters randomly like tear off women's midriffs. George Lucas knew what was up. This is gonna be great. Oh man, that flux got some permanence. Oh, it's black as night. That's just like deer pee. Deer pee. Hey, bud, you best start believing in deer pee. You're in it? Derpy deer pee. Okay, yeah, the prequels had too much politics, but the Disney sequels didn't have enough politics because nothing made sense. It was akin to, oh look, all the Nazis in Argentina suddenly made a giant fleet and then magically took over the entire world somehow. Who were they taxing to build all that? Who knows? I mean, if you take an empire, I'm sorry, if you take a republic and turn it into an empire, guess what? All your tax structure is still in place. You just use it for evil. Where did the First Order get all their money? Who knows? Beauty. Shiny, yeah. ATSTs, ATSTs. Oh yeah, restrictive mode. All the normie Bluetooth, all the blue pill YouTubers are like, what's going on? And it's like, well, you know. YouTube is using AI to determine the age of users if it doesn't know what their age is. And if it determines their kids, it automatically switches their YouTube access to restricted only mode. It's the new scandal that people have actually been warning about for months, but the people who don't go onto the wrong websites are surprised by it all of a sudden, like in the last week or so. Yeah, that was the whole thing with like YouTube using AI to determine the age of viewers. And if it determines you're not an adult, it puts YouTube into restrictive mode. And it's not just like, is this video made for kids? It goes well beyond that. Misa gonna need something from you, sir. I can't. I'm a senator. Apparently senators can't have sex. That's not like that in the real world. In the real world, it's like, I can't be a moral, upstanding person. I'm a senator. I can't not take bribes. I'm a senator. What's this laying around? What's this doing over here? Yeah, what was Padme's plan? She's like, I'm going to wear a BDSM outfit, but then not allow Anakin to hit on me. Great plan. Why was she wearing that? Wait a minute, that same thing happened in Return of the Jedi. Hey, I noticed you're not a teenager anymore. I've got an outfit for you. And of course, George Lucas talks like Mr. Blanket for some reason. 8-bit guy sucks. Oh, thanks for the super chat. I don't know if he sucks. He's kind of a dweeb, though. Left, right, up, down. Yay, it's fixed. Like Bud. This is, well, at least it's anti-static. Ugh. Did they use my box? This packing material is ghetto. It's gentrified packing material. There we go. That wasn't too difficult, so I won't charge them anything. Ben's Inflation Buster Special. Most of the time I just write off the return shipping as a business loss. I don't know. Well, because the person has to pay to send it to me, so I guess it's easier just like eat half of it than reimburse them or whatever. I guess I could make them a prepaid label. I usually only charge people if it's like really badly damaged or like really old, which does happen. And there have been occasions where I'm like, you know, this has been repaired. You know, I can tell if it's been repaired. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. If it's like more than like 4 or 5 years old, I usually ask them to buy a new one. Because a lot of times you can build a new one faster than you can fix a badly damaged one. Actually, quite often you can. 8-bit guy more at the 8 shit. He's not that bad. He's just kind of a dork. And it was really silly how he thought, I'm gonna make a new computer, but I'm not gonna use Surface Mount. Catch you 5 years later. Oh, I've got to use Surface Mount. Sarah, okay. All right. I had a chat with David about that years ago. I want to say it was at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. We like got together and, you know, I talked about it and I told him to use as much Surface Mount as possible. And then at that time, I think that was before he did anything. He was under the impression that he was going to be able to somehow make a vintage style video chip from scratch, and I told him that was impossible unless he had like $30 million. And he didn't believe me. It's like, you know, I'm no Jerry Ellsworth, but I do know how things work. You don't have to be an expert to know that your basic plan here has issues. But the new one they made is a lot better. Because a lot of things you can't even source in Surface Mount anymore. Oh yeah, it was going to be under $100. Yeah. This one's... Is there 2 of them in here? It's like Christmas, right? Oh, what did I get? Brian. Okay, this guy. Yeah, a lot of these people buy like they'll have like more than one at once as like a backup or something. There are a lot of repeat customers, which I guess is good. Yep, there are two of them. What was I just saying? Alright, looks like there's a black one and a blue one. Did he print out two different sheets? Ah, he did. Junior. Hello, sir. On the one Xbox controller, the problem I'm having are the Y button only seems to work. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. TLDR. Alright, C attached. They both say C attached. Let's see. It seems to drain the batteries extremely fast. It's kind of written like a puzzle where it's like I got to figure out which one he's inferring or referring to. Oh, holy crap. This is an old one. Oh. Yeah, that's how we used to do it. This might be one made by Felix, actually. 'Cause remember, he would attach these pots like that. He loves the he loves this style D-pad. Where the leg joystick is, I can use my chat pad. Oh yeah, that's right. Like the newer ones where I put the D-pad here and get in the way of the chat pad. A new leg joystick. Okay, if you have to remove the grip wrap. Blue controller also needs a bumper pad badly. So I'm guessing this one has stick drift. Ugh, USB micro. Gross. Where's it? I'm just Elon Musk with tusks. You have big giant paws. Big giant deadly claw paws. Alright, now go back to sleep. Mr. Henry, they vary. Some of them are pretty dirty. Most of them are usually okay. They're either usually okay or absolutely disgusting. Must be like Cheetos and stuff. Now this should still show up in Windows. Yeah, so this one would have been before 2016. Oh yeah, because I was still using the 4-color things. I stopped doing that because if you use, well, this one doesn't have any problems, but if you use PLA for this, it can break, and then these can fall out, so you got to be careful with it. Oh yeah, this is before the stick drift was an issue. Alright, the triggers still work. D-pads still work. Yeah, these use like a little 5-way pad. Sometimes these are hard to, well, they're not hard to source, but sometimes they can change. Okay, looks like his lower stick. The left and right seems okay. Maybe it's just the vertical that got disconnected. Where's the vertical? Oh, that's weird. See, the pots are centered, so it's not the pots. Well, actually, if I adjust the pot, I can see if the thing changes on the screen. Here's my really sharp one. Where is it? I'll just use this. Ugh. Ugh, where'd that come from? Oh, that's my fault. Oh yeah, that's the flux. Gross. There we go. Okay, if I move the adjustment pot, it moves. Now, okay, what kind of... Okay, so his other one looks like a new style. Bumper pad, I assume he means this. Remember when the original Xbox controller had like those black and white buttons? I put grip tape on it for some reason. Sign here for your divorce. Don't tell me that was glued in place. I seen 8-Bit Guy lick all the dice at a D&D meetup. Oh crap, this thing was glued in place. Well, I guess we can try removing this. I wonder if 8-Bit Guy is going to be at the vintage computer thing this weekend. He's come to the last 2 or 3. I think LGR is going to be there. Yeah, it's a matter of time. All lucky 7. That's why I don't do it. Well, even more so than expense. Although time is money. But yeah. Because as part of the cost of these is also the machine time. And I do it at like $60 an hour or $1 a minute, which is... Actually, do I even charge that much? No, I don't think I do. But I do have it all... I have like the gram usage of all the parts and the time to print of all the parts. That's all in my spreadsheet. I wonder if this just kind of failed. How much slack do we got? Yeah, some. Well, I mean, probably the easiest way to fix this would just to put on a modern piece, which should mostly fit. Mostly. Let's see. Would I smoke a blunt? I would bet $5 trillion that 8-Bit Guy does not smoke weed. I would bet all the tea in China. And I don't either, so I guess the answer is no. I will do your repairs as cheaply as possible. Smoke the peace pipe. Oh man, it's been a long time since I've hand wired one of these. Man, there's a lot of super glue on there. Well, you know what they say. Photo is the best, better than the faintest pencil mark, or whatever the Chinese proverb is. Play the pipes of peace. Oh, Mr. Harrison. Yes, that's me. Wait, Harrison. Mr. McCartney. Yeah, that's me. I'm totally not dead. We didn't ask that. Anyway, we have a question about your newest song. What is it? Yes, why did you write like 5 songs and then cram it into one song? You're getting your money's worth. 5 songs for the price of 1. What a Bobby Dazzler. Ship a new one. No, he said he likes this one, remember? Me and that controller have been through a lot together. Oh, thanks for yet another super chat. And okay, we'll have a coffee on you, or maybe a High Life. I think I have a couple in the fridge. Bobby Win. Okay, so he's got that going to the thingamadoohickey. And that's going. Yeah, I think Felix did this one. I better take another photo just to be sure. Man, he really does not like the 8-bit guy. Oh, I think when we reversed these, we went to the, we used the can as positive, actually, which is kind of weird. I don't think I do that anymore. Oh, no, I don't, yeah. Ooh, sizzle, sizzle. Oh, unbelievable. Why, do you wrap that one around there? Screw it. I think he did. Maybe he was trying to do like a NASA splice or something. Western Union lineman splice. Come on. This episode is called Trying to Do Something Like Felix Did. That one didn't put up much of a fight. Me so wonder. Okie day. Master, all the records have been destroyed.
Where could records have gone? Erased by Wikipedia they were. Wrong think they contained.
Master, I'd like permission to go to a... I'd like permission to go to a 50s diner to find more information.
To the 50s diner you must go.
You see, I wanted to remind people of a movie I made a long time ago called American Graffiti. It was my first big hit. It starred Harrison Ford and Bryce Dallas Howard's dad. It made a lot of money, and that's how I got to make Star Wars. I went to Francis Ford Coppola's vineyard and got drunk. Yeah, I kind of wonder if this center, because it was the x-axis, right? Yeah. I kind of wonder if this one just broke loose, because the pot was affecting the x-axis, but it wasn't getting back to the controller. Oh, awesome, Consolus. A working handheld out of a Famicom. Is that what they had? I know the Nintendo wasn't very popular in Europe. Is that the model they had in Europe, was the Famicom? Famicom? Oh, I'm going to need both hands for this. Unless I was Doc Ock. That'd be super cool. Then you can light cigars and weld at the same time. It was my dream. You ever notice Spider-Man 2, greatest superhero movie ever made, but it's kind of exactly the same plot as Darkman. It's like, I've got a great invention. Oh no, I've suffered a horrible accident. I'm going to try to rebuild my invention in this crappy warehouse. But, of course, Darkman was a good guy, whereas What's-His-Face was bad. Well, his arms made him crazy. See, that's what movies are really missing nowadays, is cheesiness. Get a part where Doc Ock is in a warehouse just talking to himself. Let's see if that makes a difference. We don't need the vertical for this to work, because we'll be able to see if it's doing anything. Ah, Jesus. I'm an idiot. A front loader? Okay, so like here. Ah, that was the issue after all. I didn't even need robot arms. Or robot legs like Star Fox. Oh, he does have like some sort of cross wire going through here. Oh, great. Now I gotta dig down here and get at that. Oh, this looks like a good way to cut myself. Let's not and say we didn't. You want to tell me what she was doing with her arms around you? Probably looking for a good place to stick a knife. Ah. Ah. I caught you with your pants literally down. Well, Randy, wouldn't that just be removable arms? That way the arms don't go to sleep when you, like, Sleep on them. Just take off your arms when you go to bed. Well, maybe just one, because you need the other one. If you wake up during the night and you have to go to the bathroom, you know. Well, if you're a dude, at least. Well, I guess women probably. Yeah. It's funnier when you talk about dudes, though. That reminds me of like this dirty dad joke. This woman puts oh no, I'm gonna get restricted mode. This woman puts a want ad in the paper. Wanted, a kind, faithful man who is also a good lover. So a few days later, her doorbell rings and she goes and answers the front door, and there's a guy on the step with no arms and no legs. And she's like, "Can I help you?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm here about the want ad." And she's like, "But you've got no arms and no legs." The guy's like, "Well, look at it this way. I'm kind, I've got no arms to beat you. I'm faithful, I've got no legs to run away." "Yeah," says the woman. "What about the good lover part?" "Well, how do you think I rang the doorbell?" Restricted mode on. Oh, you're welcome for the stream. The stream is partially for me in a way, if I'm being completely honest and selfish, because I don't usually like to work on weeknights, but sometimes I have to get stuff done. So it helps me cope. So thank you for joining me. I have worse dirty jokes, but I'm not going to say them online. That one was pretty tame. Alright, so this was like this, right? Or was it? Wait a minute. Well, that's why you take lots of pictures. Oh, demonetize. Oh no, I'll lose cents upon cents. Whatever will I do? Okay, yeah. So it was like that. Okay, just wanted to be sure. So the x-axis was damaged or became disconnected. Actually, don't know that many jokes. Because usually I have no problem just being funny. I don't need jokes to be funny. But and most of the ones I do know they're all dirty. Oh no! Heavens! So how did this? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I can see. Oh, I can see where the glue was going into the thing. Sort of. Yeah, I can kind of see the impression. Well, I can't. I can totally see the impression. See, this is why I stopped doing this. So this is a pretty rinky-dink way of doing it. Yeah, because you had kind of like eyeball it. You had to kind of eyeball it. Ben then proceeded to eyeball it. Oh, go big or go home. Well, I guess I got these two analog sticks. Yeah, looks about right. Yeah, good enough for government work and hand grenades. I guess hand grenades would also be government work. La da 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 da. Alright, I'm going to test it again, then I'll hot glue the bejesus out of it. Oh wait, now the vertical doesn't work? Well, what the hell? Ah, good thing I didn't completely glue the bejesus out of it. Something else get cut? Oh, that's a big clunker. Oh, that's probably it right there. Bobby Loos! The other ones are going to the can, right? God, it feels like I'm taking a trip into the past. Like the angry video game nerd. Okay, I actually think the angry video game nerd is really overrated. There, I said it. He's not really funny. He just like comes up with a bunch of like profanities and puts them into a row. Ben said after telling a really lame dad dirty joke, "Shut up." There, I was being self-conscious. That's probably why that wasn't working. I might reinforce that though. Need to reinforce my beliefs. That glue belongs in a museum? Yeah. That doesn't look like a library. It looks like a converted church. This is where the Grail diary is.
Junior, the search for the Holy Grail is the search for the divine in all of us.
You know that where Indiana Jones came from? He was an elf once, tortured by the Dark Lord. No, Spielberg wanted to direct a James Bond movie, but there's this thing, I think it's still today, only British people are allowed to direct James Bond movies, so Spielberg couldn't. I also think there's like union reasons too he couldn't do it. Which is why he didn't direct Return of the Jedi. Because Lucasfilm is non-union. So the DGA wouldn't let Spielberg do it. So anyway, yeah. Indiana Jones was kind of like Spielberg's cope for not being able to make a Bond movie. And obviously, Indiana Jones is better than any James Bond movie, so... We, the movie-going audience, were the winners of that one. But that's one of the reasons they cast Sean Connery as his dad, because James Bond was figuratively the father of Indiana Jones as a concept. You might not have noticed, but your brain did. Well, this is obviously working now. So are they done making Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise? I didn't see the last one. I saw the previous one. I thought it was not very good. The one with Haley Atwell in it. What was it? Dead Space? Final Reckoning? Or Dead Reckoning? The penultimate one. I didn't see the ultimate one. It just seemed like the whole movie was just like, it was just, all they did was pickpocket. It's like, this guy gets pickpocketed, then this other guy pickpockets someone, and then Agent Carter pickpockets someone else, and then that was the whole movie. Is Tom Cruise done making those? Yeah, I don't know. Tom Cruise, are you done making these movies? Well, I haven't died yet, have I? By the power of Thetans. I'm sure what'll happen is they'll make like a new one starring Zendaya, and it won't make any money. So then they'll bring back like a 70-year-old Tom Cruise. Of course. Well, thing is, Ben Allen, I don't think the last two movies were very profitable. I mean, they spent so much money making those, like, especially like all the COVID restrictions. Like, I'm pretty sure neither of those movies actually made a profit. But they were pretty much like, oh, well, I guess we have to make both of them. Like, the budgets for those two were insane. And they didn't really do all that great at the box office. Even with international. They did, like, way less than, like, pretty much most of all the, like, the new era ones. But I'd also say they're of lower quality, so maybe, you know, maybe it's not just streaming or whatever. Maybe people are like, this movie's kind of not that great. Go rewatch Ghost Protocol. Michael Caine signed up for another film? Oh, so they're making another... What's his name? The guy who everyone loves. No, Christopher Nolan, yeah. Oh wait, isn't Christopher Nolan doing like the Odyssey or something like that? He's doing like one of those Grecian stories. He's doing a Grecian story, so he hopes the Grecian earns money. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Expendables. Yeah, our rest home was being attacked by terrorists. We gotta stop them. No, I want, the movie I wish they would have made was Rambo 4. I mean, I know they made Rambo 4, but God, they made a fifth one too for some stupid reason. They should have made Rambo 4 like in the mid-2000s, and he should have gone back to Afghanistan. Because in Rambo 3, he's actually helping the Taliban fight the Russians. So anyway, he would go back there and he'd be like, I thought we were friends. Do friends do that? I don't even know you anymore. All I know is you're not my friend. No more. You killed thousands of people. For what? The Russians weren't worth it. And then everything blows up. That's the Rocky 4 I wish we would have got. And then Rocky... Wait, did I say Rocky or Ram? Oh, same freaking thing. And then he dies. I was so disappointed when Rocky didn't die in that Creed movie. Because it was like he had cancer, right? And he's like, I can't threaten you, I got cancer. So it's like, kill him. Why not? And then he'd be like, I'm dead. And then who was left? God, I think everyone was dead. Like, Talia Shire died in real life, didn't she? Or did she? I know they killed her character in that movie. So anyway, she would go to his tombstone, and she was like, oh wait, no, that was a line from Roadhouse Origins. It was like, my dad said nobody ever wins a fight, and he didn't win his fight with cancer. And then it shows the tomb, and it's like, Here lies, I think his first name was James. Here lies James Dalton. Pain don't hurt. No, death don't hurt. I think it was. Well, they never say his first name in that movie, but I think canonically it's James. I don't know. Somebody could ask AI, I guess. All right, this one should be operable. All right, what's your story? Okay, so this is Jeopardy, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. Didn't they make a Creed 3? I know I saw the second one. That was the one where, what's his face? The Russian guy. His son fights Creed, and then his son's getting beat up, and then Ivan Drago throws in the towel because, you know, Rocky didn't, and that's how Carl Weathers got killed. So I was at Max's bachelor party, and of course I was the oldest person there by like 10 years. Well, probably. And there's this really young guy there, and we started we were all talking about Rocky movies, and most everyone else had only, I think they might have seen one or they knew who it was. So of course we were all drunk, and so I started explaining the Rocky movies to these young people. And that's actually where I got the idea for Gen Explained, which is like my podcast idea. And I don't think it doesn't require any explanation. So yeah, you like get drunk and try to explain like the 80s. Oh, gee, thanks, Randy. You probably jinxed me. All right. What does this cryptic note say? The one controller problems that the Y button seems to only work if you hit it multiple times. Black Ops 6 is a dead zone. Well, I noticed Indiana Jones and the Circle of Doom or whatever had a. You can actually adjust the dead zone on the sticks. That's kind of cool. And. Battery drain? That's a new one. 1, 2, 3. The Y seems to work perfectly fine for me. Maybe you can't reach it. Maybe that's fine. These are fine. I guess I could put a new piece of felt over it. Oh yeah, it's completely refurbished. Yeah, the lower stick. I think I'll replace it. It's not that bad, though, but the customer is always right. Baby, you're the right kind of wrong. Did I ever tell you guys a story about when I was at, I can't remember the name of it, that giant manufacturing expo in Chicago? I went there with the Maker Gear people for some reason. So anyway, there's this robot that's serving drinks, like this robot arm, in one of the halls. And so this is 2018. So I'm in line for the robot bartender because of course I am. Oh, and actually it was the first time I ever saw those stadium cups that fill from the bottom up. I think, yeah, I was using those. So the robot didn't actually have to do a lot of work. It just picked up a cup, pushed it onto that, which fills it with no head. That's the main advantage for that. So you can fill drinks quickly with no head. So anyway, I'm in line, and there's these two women like next to me in line, And I don't know what industry they're in, but one of the women was like, she's like, I own this bar. She was talking to another woman. She's like, I own this bar, and it's like going to hell, and like my customers are like taking my money and stuff, and like she's basically explaining Roadhouse. So of course I interrupt. I'm like, whoa, lady, you've got a real life Roadhouse. And she's like, what's Roadhouse? And I'm like, what? I'm like, how do you not know what Roadhouse was? So then, of course, I explained the entire plot of Roadhouse. Because it was a fairly long line. And I'm like, lady, you have to watch this movie because it sounds like this is your real life. And this was actually after Max and I had the idea for Roadhouse Generations. So this lady would have been, in our version, like the Judy Greer character. Yeah, because that was after I was doing the show, so it was definitely after Max and I had come up with the plot for Roadhouse Generations. Because in Roadhouse Generations, Judy, it was, for some reason we thought it was going to be Judy Greer. Judy Greer, her character was going to buy a bar, and then it was going to get trashed, and then she would like end up in that, she would get beat up or something. Kind of like in Rocky 3, where Clubber Lang like causes Mickey to have a heart attack. And so Judy Greer, she ends up in the hospital, and then her cousin, Charlize Theron, shows up, and Judy's like, the medical bills, blah, blah. I can't sell the bar, lose whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then Charlize Theron, she's Jessie Dalton, because it's a modern movie, so you have to give women androgynous names. There, I just ruined every movie for you. Now you can't unsee that. So she's like, you bounced your way through medical school. She's like, I did, but I left that life behind. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, so Judy Greer has to talk to Charlize Theron, Jessie Dalton, and be like, can you help me fix up my bar? And then Charlize Theron would be like, I bounced my way through medical school, but I've left that behind. I'm sure it'll be all right, cousin Judy Greer. And then, a couple scenes later, it's like, then she gets a call, and then it's like, oh, Judy Greer is in the hospital because she got beat up at her bar by like bad customers. So, because first of all, you have to refuse the call to adventure. So she does that, but then her inciting incident is that Judy Greer gets she gets beat up. The character's name is Catherine Zeta Scarn. So that's when Charlize Theron decides to fix the bar. And the line in this movie is, instead of I thought you'd be bigger, it's I thought you'd be a man. So there you go. It will print money. Yeah, she becomes the cooler, yeah. But you have to have, she has to not do it, and then she has to do it. Because movies. And then, like, there's got to be a scene where, like, Judy Greer, walks into the bar on, like, crutches, and then she sees that it's, like, improving or something. I did like in the remake, which I thought was a perfectly decent movie. I did like how the evil plot was a real estate person wanted to destroy the bar and build like gentrified stuff, because that's very realistic. Versus the original one where that guy just wanted to destroy everything for some reason. like, yeah, they had the doctor character in the remake too, right? That one was like, what if we give Dalton autism? Oh, I like the twist. Yeah. I remember the old guy who owns the car parts store. He's like, oh, it's all legal. Like they call it the Jasper Improvement Society. I was gonna get us a J.C. Penney for Christ's sakes. I'm the king of the town. Well, I mean, Roadhouse is just a Western. Like, you've got this town, and there's this evil guy who runs the town, and then some stranger drifter comes into town, and he fights him. It's, boom, Western. Roadhouse is a Western. Dancing with Wolves is not a Western. Mind blown. You're rewriting the black hole? Why? The Jake Gyllenhaal one was... It was actually... It was pretty similar to the original. I was kind of surprised how similar the plot beats were. Actually, not one thing I did think about it was that not a whole lot of scenes actually took place at the bar, which I thought was kind of weird. Oh yeah, in that movie, doesn't like there's like that kid next door, that kid that has the bookshop, and then they end up in the hospital. But wait a minute, did he actually go to the hospital? I think there was something like some ancillary character who is like innocent. And I'm talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse. They get like beat up and they have to go to the hospital, and then like, oh yeah, because Jake Gyllenhaal's gonna leave, and then that happens. And that's a replacement for in the original where they kill Sam Elliott. Because originally it's like, let's get out of here, me-ho. And then they have the classic movie thing where like the characters separate for a few minutes so that one of them has time to get killed. Sonny, are you talking about the black hole? That's weird. I didn't get any response at all from this. Did I miswire something? Why did I put this? Why did I do that? Using too much super glue tonight. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the end where it tries to become 2001: A Space Odyssey with all the trippy shit, or do you mean everything before that, where they just run around like the ship blows up for 20 minutes? Why am I not getting a response? Well, Sonny, I'll give you some advice. So that movie was based on an ancient novel called Heart of Darkness. Actually, which is also what Apocalypse Now is based on. So you should probably revisit that novel as you work on your rewriting of it. Because that's another like ancient trope that's used in a lot of movies. Yeah, this stick is... What the hell? It's like completely dead. It's not doing anything. And Heart of Darkness is a lot closer to Apocalypse Now than than Black Hole. But it's kind of the same basic thing. Are you familiar with Apocalypse Now with Marlon Brando and Martin Sheen and all those guys in it? Yeah, what the hell? Why is this dead? Oh crap, where's my... Did I bring that down? Oh, I did. I'll be right back. Bud, are you a sleepy loaf? Much like Heart of Darkness, we're going to have to travel down the river, which represents the psyche, into this controller. That's what, well, I've talked about this before, I'm sure, millions of times, but I'll just reiterate it. Like, they had those articles about Disney trying to, like, lure back men. It's like, Disney spent so many years, like, this is so weird. For a very, very long time, Disney's focus was, like, actually trying to get more men to watch their stuff, and like you had like Black Hole was a great example, Tron, Black Cauldron, everything was black. So it's like I just think it's funny looking back now. The red, yeah, red is going to ground, even though that's the wrong color for it. Did this get cut or disconnected or something? Yeah, screw it. I'll just replace it. Screw it. Screw it and glue it. Yeah, the Black Hole was made by Disney, yes. And what was it, 1979? But yeah, it was kind of a response to Star Wars, but yeah, there was like, for decades and decades and decades, there was a big thing with Disney. Like, everything was meant to A lot of it failed, but yeah, they're always it was always meant for boys or men. Boys to men. It was meant for boys to men. Even if you look at like the Disney Renaissance films, like Jessica Rabbit, I don't think Jessica Rabbit was there for the girls. Yeah, I wonder why. This is weird. I wonder why that's not working. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't he say this one had some sort of power issue? Oh, I wonder if something's shorted out. Maybe we should go deeper into the heart of darkness. Oh, the horror. The horror. Whatever happened to boys to men? I guess they just retired? I guess they became men? Now they're old men. Boys to geezers. East Coast Philly back again. Bringing some of that East Coast style. Boys to men going on. Not too hard and not too soft. My dentures. Boys to men. Yeah, Boys to Men was like huge back in the 90s. You know, if there's some sort of short on that 1.8, well, it's 1.8 volts. That's what the voltage they use for the sticks on these. Was this a lefty? Oh, yeah, so this is going to go this way. I don't see anything obvious. My desoldering iron's not on at the moment. The stones? They're still alive? Yeah, better desolder it. Just use the gun. Boys to men going on. Now, God damn it. I mean, why did the Rolling Stones need to tour? I mean, don't they have enough money? I mean, what's the point? Who wants to, like, do that when you're 80? I mean, I'm sure ego is a big part of it. Oh, they do it so all their family members can have mansions, I guess. Which I guess would explain Picard Season 3. One of my grandchildren only lives in a 10-room house. I think I could do better for him. And that's why they made Picard Season 3. Oh my God. Wait, where was this one from? Screw it. Screw it and glue it. Oh wait, that was one I pulled out. Well, this one's brand new, so this one shouldn't have any problems. Here's my thing. There it is. Poop. Pooper snatch. There we go. Maybe Keith David like drinks the blood of groupies behind stage. So if they ever stop touring, they won't have a supply of groupies. Sounds like a Doctor Who episode. God damn it. Well, I guess I got that Michael Jackson song out of my head. Now it's Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men always sounded kind of wussy to me. I guess that's why women liked him. I'll make love to you like you want me to. Oh! We had Boyz II Men. Now we're men. And for some reason we talk like Michael Jackson. Oh, where's this wire go? It's 37th last concert. Am I hallucinating this? Did they make a new Spinal Tap movie? Did I dream that, or did I see an ad for that? I think it's real, isn't it? Or is it one of those fake AI sequels? Isn't that going to be really distracting since it has the brother Chuck from Better Call Saul? Do you know you have rights? Spinal Tap 2, the ending. Well, I suppose it'll be based on like all these other ancient bands that are still touring, like the Rolling Stones. So Rob Reiner stopped tweeting long enough to make a movie, huh? It's on Netflix. Am I right? Is that right? Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. I went to Taco Bell for some reason. I went to the post office and I like drove around this giant block once because I was like, ugh, I gotta eat something. Because I only had like, well, I stopped coding at 5, then I went to the post office, and then I came on here like, when was it? Like 6:30. Because, I don't know, I just want to get started early. So yeah, I was like, just drove the long way around because I was just thinking like, I gotta go work some more. Boys II Men going. Oh, god damn it! Yeah, I really shouldn't use red for ground, but whatever. It's the colored wire. Maybe it could be like the electrical code where you can use all sorts of weird-ass colors, but nobody ever does. Because that would be stupid! You could be like wiring your house, and you could be like, it don't matter if you're black or white. How about that for a subway? A segue. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Guy in Canino, that's the song that Bud's robotic sloth plays, the one that he tries to have fun with. If you press its toe, it shakes its butt and plays that song. That's why Bud's turned on by it. Bud, are you a sexual deviant? An Amazon package? Oh, that's a piece of foam. Bud, are you clean? Clean cat. This is actually the box that my Maker Gear printer came in. See? Maker Gear. That was an expensive printer back in the day. Oh no, I dropped a brick on Bud! Cancel Ben! It don't matter if you're black or white. Okay, let's see if... darn it. Let's see if I can disconnect the analog stick. Mission accomplished. Are you a good cat, Bud? Do you have a foam brick. An example of when to use literally? You mean like my video? Well, I mean, the most obvious example is right there in the box, but Bud did not like it when I did that. He really was rubbed the wrong way. Lick my finger, see if this changes. Okay, now it's responding. That's good. Blah, 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 blah. It don't matter if you're butt or white. Do, 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 do. So, well, first of all, misusing literally upsets me because, first of all, it's just dumb, right? The other reason it upsets me is because you actually have to think about it to use that word correctly. So, like, using it correctly is the opposite of people who use it as a profanity. It actually requires thought. And that's why it's especially egregious. It's like someone pissing on the Mona Lisa. Like Greta Thunberg. Where'd the front of the controller go? Because 99 times out of 100, you would not use the word literally. So, there's only very certain cases where you would use it. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. I don't see... I mean, it would probably work for pinball. It would require more iteration because you'd have physics... real world physics affecting it. So, but I'm sure you could do it. It was last weekend. Yeah, because last weekend was technically August still. So I was doing some vibe coding because I have a GitHub Copilot subscription. So I mostly use it for like... I mostly use it for like doing boring stuff, like the autocorrect stuff. It's usually pretty good at guessing what next boring piece of code you're going to write, or if you're repeating a function. And you can also be like, hey, I've got this error. Scan my code and tell me what might be causing it. Then it'll tell you that. But like for the pinball stuff, like my daily work, I wouldn't ever let it like just generate stuff fully. However, for I was using it for cat feeder, and I was like, okay, I got all these credits I didn't use. Let's use them up. So I switched it to like I think it was, I keep missing this, Claude Sonnet 3.5 or something. Because I think we talked about this last week. All that AI stuff with Microsoft, a lot of it, there's a limit. So it's like, oh, we're going to charge you more for Office. Also, you only get so many requests per month included. And GitHub Copilot is kind of the same way. If you use like the 4.0 or the 4.1 model, it's unlimited. But if you use a fancier model, or if you use agent mode, then it consumes credits. Although it doesn't seem to actually be 1 credit per query. I don't know if they group them together as part of a problem being solved, or how they do that exactly. But it's not 1-to-1, so it doesn't charge you 1 credit every time you push enter. Well, yes, and now we know Microsoft bought GitHub to train their AI to code. That was their evil plan all along. So anyway, I think this was like last... Oh yeah, because that was Labor Day weekend. So I decided to code all weekend, because it was like a weekend off. So yeah, I was working on... I had the cat food feeder mechanically done. So I'm like, oh, code. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use up all my credits. And I actually didn't. I think I only got like halfway. But yeah, I was like, oh, did I do it? I can't remember if I. Yeah, so if you have, there's 3 different modes. There's like ask, edit, and yeah, ask, edit, and agent. And in agent mode, it will actually it'll take control of everything, basically. It'll go into the terminal and like type prompts and check Linux permissions, and it's not fully automatic, but kind of is. I mean, you have to stop it and every so often, or it'll like ask you a question, or it'll need permissions or something. But anyway, so first I had to do it's C++. So this is on VS Code on a big computer, a Windows computer, and then the VS Code is tunneling into a Raspberry Pi 4. And you don't actually have to install VS Code on the Raspberry Pi. I think it installs some stuff, but you don't have to install the whole thing. Oh, I think you do have to install like the C++ extensions for the searching and stuff to work. But basically, you connect. You're coding on a PC, and it's compiling on the Pi as well. So I was like, okay, make me a CMake framework, blah blah blah. It did all that automatically, and it'll create it'll basically create different files and folders in your project too. And then the other thing that it was really kind of crazy good at was it wasn't good at the state machine. That part sucked at, so I did that myself. But one thing that I was really good at, I was like, okay, I've attached a 128 by 64 I2C SSD 1603 OLED to the Raspberry Pi on the I2C lines, and it's like, oh, okay, and then it just made a menu, and I didn't even tell it to make a menu. It made one. And it worked too, so you could like go. It had like sub menus and stuff, and I refined it later on, but it was kind of crazy, like all that it did. Yeah, and then so like I used it for like the boring boilerplate, and then like the state machine stuff, and like what the states actually did. I did that myself. But then if I went back and I was like, okay, add a menu command that skips to eject only. Well, actually, no, I think I did that. No, I didn't. I made a function called eject only, which would only do part of the sequence. And then I was like, add a menu option for eject only after dispense can, and it did it. So, and then I was like, okay, one prompt. I was like, add a web server element that makes a web page with the status of the can opener, and also I want an option so that I can send an API down to the can opener to send it commands using a web page. And it pretty much did it all in one go. And it made like another folder. It had like a web API folder. I think it used like a Java, no, not JavaScript. It used Python to make the web server. So you didn't actually. Well, no, you have to start it manually, but it's Python code. But it pretty much just worked. It was crazy. And then I was like, oh, on the website, it's showing the Linux number for time. Make the website show it in, human readable time. And it's like, oh, okay. And did that too. Oh my God. I forgot to adjust the pots. That's why it's hard over. Oh, wow. What was that? 30 minutes of my life gone? See, bud? That's 30 minutes less time to like earn money for Oh, Jesus. Wow, how quickly I forgot about that step, because, you know, don't use those for the Hall effect. I was talking about the Y button works fine. I call that a Bobby fixed. Oh wait, didn't he say there was like a power draw problem? All right. Oh. Unbelievable. Well, we fixed the glitch. How did that happen? I have never seen that happen before. Yeah, it turns out he was fired a long time ago. The problem should just work itself out. Great. Well, we fixed the glitch. Did it work, Sonny? Yeah, I agree as well, Paul. Eventually they will. Because there's been some pretty impressive stuff with, I mean, like Steam OS, Proton. I mean, that's all pretty impressive. Or, not exactly the same thing, but like the Apple Silicon. Or even like the backwards compatibility, like the Xbox 360 stuff running on the Xbox One was pretty impressive. All right, we might as well be thorough about this. Let's chance for a confrontation. Well, yeah, Paul, the new gold mine is AI credits. Wait a minute, I gotta do this right. Okay, so this will go to ground and this will go to positive. Am I doing this right? I thought I was. What the hell? 3 volts. Oh, wait, am I in? Oh. Alright, I'll use real batteries. Probably some Dave Jones shit going on. Unbelievable! That's a Bobby Dazzler win. That's weird. When I hooked it up to the power supply and the power supply and the meter both said 1 amp. That was weird. Farfig Nugan is going on. Am I in the Twilight Zone? It does always feel like someone's watching me. Ah! Is there a short in one of these? It's ground and negative. What is the problem? Oh, god damn it. Jesus Christ. This is the pass-through. That's what actually goes to the controller. Ugh. I knew you were stupid, friend. But I didn't think you were a total something. Alright, so that makes that positive and that's ground. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, jeez. I knew I was brain farting something. Jeez, brain fart. This is for a baseline, by the way. If I can cram this all together here. Come on. There we go. 120 milliamps. Okay. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I get no privacy. The same. I think it's fixed. Bobby Dazzler win! Wait till they get a load of me. Well, this controller obviously looks brand new. I think that's everything. Oh, this box I used looks pretty bad. I don't think I can reuse it. Did you know if your box is used, they can deny your shipping insurance? The more you know. I know it's hard to believe that an insurance company would use an arbitrary reason to deny something, but who knew, right? A sleepy boy. Are you a sleepy boy? Warm boy. Oh, giant paws of death. What, you want to make some more pock marks on my arm? Do I not have enough? Better than when you were a kitten. Jesus Christ, I look like Bela Lugosi. Screw you, I'm at Bela Lugosi. Here, have some more packing materials. Well, Ernie Hudson has a there's what's the phrase? I don't know. I already told a dirty joke, so maybe I shouldn't say the phrase. But I mean, it's true though. Get two of these in one box? How do you? Well, I'm not going to reuse that box. Oh yeah, here's his other one here. I saw this, I don't know, an interview or something about Rick Moranis. Maybe he's going to be in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. He's like held up really well too. I think I don't mind, bud. There, this one comes with authentic bud hair. Clone your own bud. Why would you want to? You cloned buds? Why? The buds were systematically checking the locks at night. They remember. Yeah, it's Asians too. Yeah, just a thing. Yeah, like my neighbor's from Vietnam, and well, I think it's a second wife, and she was talking to me one day when I was like pruning something. She's like, "Do you care if we prune your tree on our side of the fence?" I'm like, "No, I don't care." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm Lee's wife, by the way," and I'm thinking, "What?" Because Lee's, there's no way he's not in his 70s. Like, his wife looks like she's 40. I mean, maybe she is. I don't know. Alright, so these are this guy's. And here's his sheet. Right. Oh, he will be in Spaceballs 2. Oh, I hope they don't screw up Spaceballs 2. It's really simple. If it's not called The Search for More Money, I'm not even going to watch it. Surely they know this. Yeah, I mean, good for him. That's better than being like Harrison Ford and like, I'm still making movies at age 82 because I don't have enough money. Oh wait, I talked about Galena last week, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. This is the one I pulled out, wasn't it? I'm just gonna assume it's dead. Goodbye. In the garbage you go. Weaponized bud. Air bud. How many of these do I have? 1, 2. I got this today. I want to try to use it on my Maker Gear. Give it a new brain. Maker Gear came with the Rambo board, so it's pretty ancient. Seems kind of obsolete even for when I bought it, really. What do you think, bud? Bud, are you an orange cat? You think orange cats are best? Well, maybe. What's this? These aren't greenies. You can't eat these. I mean, you could, but I don't think you'd like it. You need another trip to the cat hospital. You don't want to go there. And I don't want you to go there either because it was expensive. You're saying Harrison Ford is a workaholic? I mean, there was a period where he didn't really make any movies, like most of the 2000s, and then he just started making all these like dumb sequels, like, oh look, I'm a replicant. Get off my lawn. Is this material not... Oh yeah, didn't I make these out of like some white filament before? Well, that would make a difference. Jeez. Ah, man, that was forceful. Daniel Day-Lewis is a cobbler? Okay, that's cool. I drink your shoe milkshake. I drank it up. Mr. Lewis, are you still acting? I'm done here. Oh man, that one's tough. Did it... This gray filament doesn't seem to work either. See, this is carbon fiber PLA, but this one doesn't actually... See, there's... The white ones of these worked. It must depend on the material. But yeah, the white PLA ones were fine. Well, I guess these are well, not the black portion. Oh, there you go. You can have a grumpy old man contest. Harrison Ford versus Clint Eastwood. Harrison Ford's probably louder. I'm not sure if I want to build, because I have 3 outstanding orders, but I'm not sure if I have the energy tonight. Because what would that be? 2 hours? So I'd be looking at 11 p.m. Ugh. I guess I could... what's tomorrow? Tuesday? I guess I could do it Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone most of the weekend, so... I guess I gotta work harder. Work harder, not smarter. Wait, no, the other way around. Oh, I got my second digital crown scan last week. Hopefully this one works. Last time they tried that, it didn't work. Crown didn't actually fit. And I felt like a boomer because it's like, oh, your fancy computer didn't work. The real problem was that my gums bled too much. The reflections messed it up. So it didn't fit. And I'm sure they hated that because they probably lost money then. But then, well, this is last year. Then they took just a classic casting, but this time they're like, oh, no, it works. And I'm like, well, last year it didn't. And I'm like, I mean, this machine's really cool and all, but I'm just telling you, just so you know, watch out for all the blood. And it was neat because, well, the machine had this really good bedside manner. So it's well, it's a typical thing where it takes photos and it also does laser scanning. Because I could hear it going, I could hear the motor running, so... Yeah, the kid was like, oh, it uses pictures. I'm like, well, there's actually a laser in there, too. That's what the motor's doing. He's like, oh. And then he's like, then we feed it into this machine, and it uses AI to figure out your teeth. And I'm like, no, it's not using AI. It's doing mesh interpolation. And yes, I said this, of course. But it was still pretty cool, and it did, and it also then they scan your lower jaw or the opposite jaw, and then they also scan your jaws together so then it can link the meshes, and then it actually does a force map where it shows like the contact area of your teeth. There are some pretty high contact areas. Not as even as I would like. And that's after all my tooth grinding. So anyway, hopefully, I think that two or 3 weeks. So hopefully this one fits. This place has really high quality temp crowns. I've got one in right now. Like, yeah, because I've had some in the past where the temp crowns are, well, I mean they're made out of acrylic anyway, but they would feel very like chalky. This one almost feels like a real fake tooth. Yeah, I got like 2 nights at the hotel for the computer fest, and I realized, wait a minute, I don't have a table this year, so can I even go in on Friday? I guess I'm just so used to like just going to conventions on Friday, I just autopilot ordered my room. Oh, I'm sure there'll be something to do. I mean, I'm sure they'd let me in anyway, because they all know who I am. Maybe I'll find that Texas Instrument portable computer thing that I didn't buy last year for $40, which I wish I would have. I really wanted to buy. Well, they also had this guy had like this hologram, like someone had taken a hologram photo of a Commodore 64 motherboard, and I really wanted to buy it, but it was like $300. I almost bought it, but I'm glad I didn't, because like 2 days later, yeah, 2 days later is when I had to take Bud to the hospital. So. Yeah, and the copay was a lot more than $300. Scanned and CNC crown is going strong. Oh, cool. Yeah, David, it wasn't the crown. It was all my blood messed up the scan. It took them forever to scan it. Oh yeah, the bedside manner of the machine. So the machine like plays this music. It's like, but then it'll go, and I'm like, oh, that's like it's like sort of transparent lost mapping music. So it's kind of like a video game where it changes music, and yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, I was felt self-righteous because I'm like, oh, I know why that machine's doing that. Speaking of that, let's see. Well, I was trying to use up a roll of this matte gray that I bought off the Bamboo site. No, Citizen, I've told this story several times, but it was, I don't know, it might have been the same time that David and I talked about his computer, because it was in Portland. I think it was. Like, we were staying at that same hotel, so we shared an Uber, and this, even back then, like, that's when, like when all the cities smell like pot now, which I think is dumb. I'd personally rather a city smell like cigarettes. But anyway, the Uber smelled like pot, and David's like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, what's that smell? It smells weird. And I'm like, it's pot. So you didn't know what pot smelled like. Yeah. So yeah, 8-Bit Guy is kind of dorky in real life, but like, Clint is cool. LGR is cool. Adrian's Digital Basement. That guy's pretty crazy. Like, he really likes to drink. Wow, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, but yeah, not everyone is dorky. I would say most of them are pretty cool, but 8-Bit Guy is kind of dorky. Let's see if this breaks. All right, it goes on. See, if I ever made this as a product or for another one, these tabs are just for Purina, and actually not even all Purina tabs fit this. Did that break? No, I guess not. Now I thought about that. I was talking about the Gen Explain bachelor party. Like, I think that was the last time I hung out in downtown Chicago, and that was 2022. And when did Illinois legalize it? Like all of actually pretty much every big city, like the downtown of every big city now smells like pot, and it seems like big cities smell more like pot than they've made. Well, maybe 50 years ago they smelled that badly as cigarettes, but it's pretty prevalent. Uh-oh, Bud's getting whiny. This one seems like it might work. Yeah, Bud, I'm almost done. Although I might abandon you and go to the bar and drink a beer. Just to deal with working late. Shouldn't be working this much at my age. I'm almost 50 years old. Well, yeah, you might be right, Randy. Like, maybe that like pushed all the smoking out into the street. Do you know the St. Louis? No, not St. Louis. Salt Lake City Airport actually has a smoking section in it. And there's a cigar bar in it, too. Well, I don't have to worry about that coming out. Wait, which way do I go? Wait, I go that way? Yeah. Close enough for government work. Yeah, when I was in high school and I worked in the kitchen, like, people would smoke while cooking food. Like, I didn't smoke, but, okay, everybody's, oh, file! Yeah, I think this material is a file. Oh, yeah, like, people would be, like, stirring pots of food and with a slit cigarette in their mouth. So here's what I've noticed. Having lived long enough to remember when everyone's smoking, is all the places where people used to smoke, now they play on their cell phone. So I think what it was really about was like just humans being bored. I mean, seriously, what's less safe? A woman smoking a cigarette in her car, or a woman texting with her phone on her steering wheel at every intersection, which tons of women do. I mean, I think cigarettes would be less safe or more safe. It's like, oh, I'm bored. And like, yeah, people, like, yeah, you go to the bar now and everyone's just sitting there on their phone, and 20 years ago, everyone was sitting there smoking. I think there's still some planes that allow smoking, like ones that go to like Asia. Oh, the other thing that nobody wants to admit, but the reason America is the fattest country on earth is because we have the lowest smoking rate of any country on earth. That's a dirty little secret nobody will ever talk about. But it's true. We just have an oral fixation, just like Shakira. You know what's weird? There's a cigar bar that, like the really ratty one. Every so often, Max and I will go there, and it's really weird because it's like this real. It's a super dive. It's called Drakenberg's. It's kind of near the old Oscar Mayer plant. Actually, that's kind of where. Actually, yeah, Drakenberg's is like 2 blocks north of Human Head Studios, if you remember that place. Actually, I think these still exist. Well, anyway, it's weird because it's never really that busy, but half the people will go outside and smoke cigarettes. It's like really strange. It's like, why? What is it, bud? Are you a whiny wimp? He may look like a watery wimp, when in fact he's a bloodthirsty shrimp. What? What? Oh shit, I gotta feed you. That's right, you're supposed to feed these things. Oh yeah, so I started feeding Bud differently. So I give him a full can in the morning, and at night I give him his half can. The reason I'm doing that, Bud's like, shut up and feed me. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to, if I get this feeder done, I actually want to try using it in the mornings. So if I had to feed him like an hour before I wake up, that way he wouldn't be like waking me up before the alarm. And it'd be great for weekends because then I could try to, if I can sleep until 9 on a weekend, that's like a major accomplishment. So, but hey, every little bit helps. All right, I should probably go because Bud needs to be fed. But thanks everyone who stopped by. Made my mat all dirty. And yeah, maybe either tonight or Thursday night. I guess I could put Marlon on this. Tonight or tomorrow night or Thursday night, maybe I'll come back and do another controller. Oh yeah, this one has the integrated drivers. Apparently this is the #1 seller. It's got a much smaller chip. I probably should have used this on the cat feeder and then used the Big Tree Tech SKR3EZ on the MakerBot, but this is still way better than what the MakerBot has, because this is actually a 32-bit, probably a ARM, Cortex ARM M4. Remember when STM was unobtainium? All right, I gotta go for the night. I'll see everyone later.